Howdy Cowboys! I decided to sit on my floor and film this in front of one of my bookshelves because my bookshelves are like right up against my bed. I've talked about this before. So I have like a 3-foot space, so I can't really stand and film in front of my bookshelves. But they're here. I promise I own way too many books. You can see my Rick Riordan collection behind me. But I'm filming this way before the Buzzword Readathon, but I decided I wanted to participate in the Buzzword Readathon, which is like September 21st through 27th. It's like the 2nd of September right now. But I wanted to film this because I just picked out all the books that I was thinking about reading for it, and I thought I would just talk about them real quick. The prompt is that like the buzzword or whatever is night. So the Buzzword Readathon is when you like, it's hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala, who's like my favorite booktuber. I love her so much, and she's been hosting all these rounds where she picks like a word and you have to find books with that word in it, and usually it's like a really popular word. Like I know she did a round before where it was like why, who, when, how words, and like she did one with numbers, I'm pretty sure. So this one is the word night, and I scoured my room and I found 4 books that have the word night in the title, and I don't think I'm going to read them all in a week, but you know, we can try. So I'm going to go through them really quick. So first of all, I have Night Sky with Exit Wounds, which by Ocean Vuong, who is really popular right now for his book. I don't remember what it's called. His book got released pretty recently, but I own his poetry collection because he actually came to my college and I saw him speak and he signed my book, and it's all very exciting. But I have never read his poetry collection, which is shameful because I got this like freshman year of college, but it's fine. You can read it really quickly, so good for readathon. The next book I chose is Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel and Solomon. My grandmother got this for me. I'm very excited to read it, and the word night's in it, again, because that's the point. Tonight counts, right? This is about, like, what's it about? I think it's about, like, this girl, like, and this guy who are both trying to get valedictorian of their school. You know, classic, like, they hate each other and they're rivals, but then they have to spend time together for some reason and fall in love. It sounds great. I'm very excited. The cover is so cute. I love the little illustrations, so I'm very excited to read this. And again, it's contemporary, so I feel like I can read it pretty quickly. And then I also picked out Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, and this says Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic, so we're good in that department. I don't know, because so I've read the Grisha trilogy, and then I've read Six of Crows, but I haven't read Crooked Kingdom, so I don't know if I need to read Crooked Kingdom to read these fairy tales, but hopefully not, because I haven't read Crooked Kingdom. But this is like a gorgeous short story collection. It's also signed. I'm really trying to do this one-handed. I'll insert a clip of like all the cool illustrations and Leigh Bardugo's signature so you can see it. But yeah, so this is also pretty short. So all those I'm like totally can do in a week. The last book I have for my TBR is Where the Trouble Sets In, because it's The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks, which is like a fantasy book about assassins. And I promise you, hold on, I'm trying to find it. The Night Angel trilogy. So it's not technically in the title, but we're making it work. This is a huge fantasy book, so I probably won't be able to finish it in a week, but I couldn't find any other books in my room with the word night in them, so we're just gonna try and read those, okay? Okay. Hello, I moved so I could pick this up, but yeah, this is my little stack. I really think I can get through everything except Way of Shadows, so we'll just have to see how we go. This readathon isn't for like 3 more weeks, so I'll probably forget. I'll probably have to rewatch this clip even just to see what books I chose, so it's a ways off, but that's okay. See you soon. Bye.
Howdy Cowboys. Happy Buzzword Readathon. I'm gonna vlog the whole week. So hello. It's like right after midnight. It's like literally I was like counting down sitting here like, guess I'll start this at midnight. Fair warning. I'm currently in the middle of Gathering of Shadows, and I have a lot of books in my bed right now. And Chain of Gold. I'm like halfway through both of them. As you can see, I tried to make little tabs to finish the books before this readathon started, but I failed very badly. So I might be reading these a little bit this week too, just so I don't leave them on the back burner for a week. So we're going to see how this week goes. It's fine. So if those ever come up, That's why. Just because I really need to finish them. Anyway, so I wanted, before I go to bed, to start Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong. Like I said, he came to my school. It was great. He did like a reading. I just opened to the first page like 1 minute ago, and it's cool because oh my god, there's 85 pages before the beginning of this book. Okay, I think he read all the ones I starred here, so it'll be cool. I don't remember anything from his reading besides that he was a pretty cool dude, but I'm pretty sure I starred the ones that he read out loud, so cool. I'm also, another fair warning, I'm really stupid, so like I don't get poetry. Like I like it, but unless you're like really laying it out for me, I don't get it. Like I don't get the message. It goes like shoo right over my head. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna bet you $50. I'm gonna come back and be like, this was great, but I didn't get it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try and read this all before I go to bed. Yay! So y'all know how like books have chapter titles sometimes? My brain always like skips those, but like usually they're not important, so it doesn't matter. But yo, in poetry, the titles matter so much, and I keep skipping titles and then being like, what? And then I read the title and I'm like, oh, I'm dumb, it's fine. But on a lighter note, I actually understand a lot of these poems, kind of, sort of. So that's good. Hey everybody. Oh my god, I can't hold this. Isn't this what his book's called? Right? I'm smart, right? That's what his book's called? Right? Anyway. Okay, I did it. I finished my first book. Granted, it was like 80 pages, so, and it was poetry, so some pages had like one word on them. So actually, this like slapped. Like, I definitely didn't get everything. I'm sure if and this is like, and I know this is like for all poetry, but I'll probably reread it at some point in my life, just because you always get like new meanings from poems if you read them like 5 years. Like, just at different points in your life, you get different meanings from them. Like, I'm sure at a different point in my life, different poems would be my favorites, you know? But this was really good. I feel like I've read poetry, well, let me say, I haven't read a ton of poetry collections, but I feel like this was really good just because as a collection, like I could still see all the themes, you know, like he had a lot of repeating like phrases he would use even in different poems and like different themes, or he would use a lot of the same themes in the poems, which I'm like, oh, I get why he put it all in one collection, you know, like big brain poet Claire over here. I'm not a poet, so what am I talking about? I don't know. Anyway, with my big, dumb fiction brain, I still really enjoyed this. I thought it was really well done. It was very well written, in my opinion. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars just because, you know, I feel like, again, poetry collections are a lot like short story collections where there's inevitably going to be some you like and some you don't like. I mean, I didn't dislike any poems, but, you know, like less than others. All right, now I'm going to find all my favorite poems and tell you so you know. We're here at my desk briefly. Here's my computer. We're at my desk briefly for me to tell you my favorite poems in the collection. So this one is Telemachus, who is Odysseus and Penelope's son. We got Eubaid. I probably pronounced that completely wrong, with Burning City. I had to look that word up. It's basically like a poem about like the dawn or early morning. So yeah, that's those. And then, well, let me turn the page with one hand. Yeet. So I accidentally marked this one, but this one was actually one of my favorites. Seventh Circle of Earth. That one was formatted really cool. And then, oh my god, this is so hard with one hand. It's fine, I'm fine. And then my last favorite was this one about the Mark Rothko painting. Oh wait, and I forgot this one. Oops. I also really liked In Newport, I watched my father lay his cheek to a beach dolphin's wet back. We gotta love poem titles, right? Nothing makes sense, but I like the poems. And then, hold on, let me show you. Oh, here's Ike peeking out. Let me show you my favorite line in the entire collection. I'm pretty sure it's in this poem, if I can manage to get it open. Yeah, this line slaps, okay? Like, oh, man, that hit. That was real good. Some of this was real good. Good job, Ocean. Anyway. Hello, friends. I'm on the whale again. Wait, you might have not seen the clip with the whale yet, but I'm here. I'm on a whale. I am about to begin Language of Thorns by Lee Bardugo. I haven't really read today because I have been trying to upload another video, and I've been getting very frustrated because my iMovie has suddenly decided not to work at all. So I've tried to like delete a bunch of shit. Probably deleted some stuff I shouldn't have deleted because I probably need that, but it's on YouTube, so you know, if it goes away, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I have 10 subscribers or something, but it's not working, and I've literally tried every single solution there is, so I'm trying one more thing right now, and if it doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have money to hire like a guy to fix it, so here's hoping it works, but I'm going to try and distract myself by reading this, so every page, like the illustration gets added, like more gets added to it, which is dope. I'm very excited to read this, so that's fun. Hello again. So if you hear that really loud, like whirring sound in the background, it's my computer exporting a video because I fixed my iMovie. It was one of the most complicated processes I've ever done, and I almost gave up many times, but I'm very proud of myself because I figured it out and I fixed it, and I had to sacrifice my Scrivener, which Scrivener is like a writing application that I've had for years, and my version was really outdated anyway, and I need to buy the updated version, so it's fine. I fixed it. It's a video is exporting right now, like, thank God. I thought I was going to lose a bunch of footage, or not footage, but editing. I have the footage, but I'd had it edited in iMovie, and I thought I was going to lose all that, but I didn't, so that's great. Anyway, back on track. I'm sure you all are very interested in my iMovie drama, but I wanted to talk about, so I decided with Language of Thorns, I'm just going to try and read like a story or two every day. I haven't read it all today because I've been busy trying to fix my iMovie and working and stuff, so I decided I want to read like a story every day. But in the meantime, I've also started Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel and Solomon. And this is super cute so far. So I described this really badly at the beginning of the video. So this is I didn't describe it badly, but there's more to the description. So it is about these two high school seniors who are competing for valedictorian, but I did not mention that their rivalry has existed like their entire high school career. Like they've always been pitted against each other. They kind of have a lot of like chemistry already, like in this enemies chemistry, you know what I mean? Like they talk every day, like they have a relationship prior to the beginning of this book. So that's really fun. We've already had a couple scenes where they're like texting each other and talking to each other, and it's super fun. That's probably my favorite part of the book so far. I'm like 50 pages in. I read it a little bit when I was trying to, again, fix my iMovie earlier today. But I'm 50 pages in. The only thing I don't like so far, and this is a nitpick, so I am very much enjoying this, but the only thing that's kind of irking me so far is that anytime that a character is introduced, it's like really exposition-y. So like the main character's name is Rowan, and so one of Rowan's best friends gets introduced, and it was like, my friend Kirby, who, was a ballet dancer for 6 years, and then she's going to the college, and she's also, like, it's just, like, kind of like, okay, I get it, like, I wish you would have, like, spread this out, but that is a pretty small nitpick. So far this is really fun, and I'm enjoying it, and I read these 50 pages, like, pretty quickly, so I'm hoping to read a lot more tonight. I also listened to a bunch of Chain of Gold today, which is getting spicy, but that's technically not a part of this readathon, so I don't know if you want to hear about it, but it's getting spicy. There's like 85 plots going on in Chain of Gold. It is wild, but I'm having a good time. Anyway, I'm going to go upload my video and read. That's my plan for the evening. Okay, bye. Hello everyone, we're changing it up. Now I'm on a alligator instead of a whale. You know, the day goes on. I'm here because I wanted to update you on my reading a little bit. There's not much to update on, but I thought I'd check in because I don't think I'm going to finish anything today. So,
I'm about halfway through Language of Thorns. I read 2 stories last night, and there are 3 left, but 2 of them are like regular short stories, and then 1 is like a novella length. Like, I don't know if you can tell. No, you can't. But it's like, I'll figure it out. Give me a second here. It's like the last 100 pages of this collection. I don't want to spoil. So something that's really cool is that the illustrations in here I showed you, like, they make a whole picture, and at the end it's kind of like, and every story has kind of like a twist in it, kind of like fairy tales do. And so the picture is like the twist, so I don't want to spoil anything. But that's the last story. It's like most of this book, or not most of the book, but you know what I mean. It's longer than the others. So I think tonight I'm going to read the 2 stories, and then tomorrow I'm going to finish and read the last one. That's my plan with this. And then I'm also about halfway through today to... I can't speak in this moment in time. I think help, I'm having a stroke. Okay. I'm about halfway through today, tomorrow, today, tonight, tomorrow. I'm also almost halfway through Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I almost just whacked myself in the face. I feel like that's a common occurrence. I like 20 more pages and I'd be halfway through, so that's close enough. I'm really enjoying this. Like I said before, there is some stuff that's kind of like cliche or over the top or repetitive. The overall message and characters and stuff I'm really enjoying. Like, the other stuff is just nitpicky stuff. So I'm getting such nostalgia reading this for high school, which, like, I don't know how y'all felt about high school, but I actually really enjoyed high school for the most part. I mean, obviously, not everything was perfect. There were some ups and downs, but overall, I look back on high school very fondly. So this is just such nostalgia for me because it takes place on the last day of school. So Rowan is having, like, that nostalgia and, like, wondering, like, oh man, I'm gonna miss all of this so much. And I was like, girl, same. I also miss it occasionally. You know, I don't wish to go back or anything, but I do have that nostalgia, you know. So I also am really enjoying Rowan as a character. I'm relating to her a lot. She has this love of romance novels, and she's just so frustrated because romance novels are kind of like seen as like immature and stupid and silly, and she's just frustrated because she really admires them and she wants to write romance novels, and she's frustrated that they get such a bad rep. And I'm like, girl, I get it. Like, I, as a big proponent, I don't know if that's the right word, as a big lover of like fantasy, YA, like the Mortal Instruments, for example, like, I feel like sometimes I tell people that my favorite books are the Mortal Instruments, and they're like, oh. And that's no shade towards them. Like, you can have whatever favorite books and whatever tastes you want. But I can understand feeling frustrated. I've said frustrated a lot, but feeling annoyed at somebody putting down what you love, because I've had it done to me before, you know. So I really like her as a character. I think she's annoying me a little bit, but that is kind of my relatability to her is overtaking the parts of her that annoy me. So I'm having a really good time. I really like her and Neil's relationship. It's the kind of relationship, you know, I would want. Again, I already said I really like that they already had a connection before this book started. So even though it's like enemies to lovers, it's not unbelievable because this book takes place in like a day. So if it was like normal enemies to lovers in a day, I'd be like, okay. But since they already have this previous connection, I think it works really well. But anyway, that's my update. I'll probably update again once I finish both of these books. I don't think it's going to happen today, but hopefully tomorrow. And then my plan, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm hoping to finish both of these tomorrow. And then my plan is, I was thinking about reading that Brent Weeks book. I forget what it's called. Let's go grab it. It's right here. The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. This book is so long. So my plan is I was going to finish those 2 books tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. And then for the rest of the weekend, I was just going to try and get as far into this as I possibly could. So that's the game plan, folks. Okay, bye. So I made the mistake. Oops, my Witcher video was playing. I made the mistake of watching that episode of Some Good News with John Krasinski the graduation one, you can see my eyeliners just really held up spectacularly. And that in combination with reading this book, I'm just really emo about the school, man. High school and college and not graduating because of COVID. Anyway. My eyeliner. It looks like it's just transitioned to eyeshadow, at least on this side. Okay, bye. Yay, hello! I finished Language of Thorns. It's like 1 in the morning, so feeling a little crazy. Yes, this doesn't have the dust jacket on, but that's okay because this is beautiful. The dust jacket, usually I don't mind dust jackets, but this one was really annoying me for some reason, so I took it off. So I thought, first of all, I really enjoyed this. I don't know why I just pat the book like it's my pet. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. I think I'm going to give it a 4 to 5 stars. It's one of like, usually I don't like anthologies because there's like inevitably a story that I'm not going to like. I was just talking about this with the Ocean Vuong book. But I actually mostly enjoyed these overall. I gave, like, all of them were above 3 stars, which I think is pretty good for, like, a short story collection. Maybe it's just because it's all the same author, so it was all good, because Le Bardugo's good, you know? But anyway, let me go through my faves. So, did I explain what this is? I don't think I even explained what this is before I go through the short stories. This is like a collection of fairy tales that take place in Lee Bardugo's like Grishaverse. Like, I can't remember if she actually mentions them in her books, but in theory they're like tales from that world, which I think is really cool. But obviously, like, they're also based in reality. Like, there's one story in here that's clearly, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna say, because all these stories kind of have twists and it's fun for you to figure them out by yourself. But they're all kind of based in like European, or not necessarily European, but like fairy tales that we know, you know. Anyway, now let's actually talk about my faves. 1 second. So I'm a criminal and I wrote in this book, but I really like to do this for anthologies just so I remember which stories were my favorites, because after a while I forget. So my favorite story was the first one. It started out with a bang. Amaya and the Thornwood. This one was so good. I mean, it also had Beating the Beast vibes, which is probably why I liked it so much, but it's fine. So I give that one a 4.5 out of 5. None of these were 5-star, but that's okay. I still really enjoyed them. They were written really well. My second favorite was The Witch of Duva. That one was so good. The Two Clever Fox, which I'm pretty sure Nikolai in the main trilogy, I feel like they mention that he's like the Two Clever Fox. I could be totally wrong because I read those books all the way back in high school, but I feel like they do, and that this story fits Nikolai so well, even if they don't mention him like that. So those were both 4 stars, and then the last 2 were 3.5 out of 5. Oh no, I forgot the Soldier Prince. This one was also 4.5 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. Can I speak? No, it's 1 in the morning. It's fine. This one had a really good, like, twist ending. I also really appreciated, like, even though I'm a romance person, some of these, like, I thought were going in romantic directions, then it kind of, like, swerved and went a different way, and I liked it. I really enjoyed all the twists and turns these little stories went on. It felt very classic fairy tale. Anyway, and then the last 2 stories I gave 3.5 out of 5, which I still really enjoyed them. They just weren't, like, one of them, again, oh my gosh, I don't know how much I want to talk about. One of them just didn't go in the direction that I wanted. The other ones, the directions went, and I was like, oh, this is so cool, but the direction this one went in, I was kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? It still was good, but also that was oh, I don't want to spoil it. Again, I'm saying that so many times. This one was super long. It was like 100 pages, and I just didn't think it needed to be that long. And I didn't like it as much as the others. And then this one just was like, this one was actually really short. You can see it was only like 30 pages, and it just didn't pack as much as a punch as some of the other ones. But this one was definitely my favorite. I really, really liked this one, and I really liked The Witch of Duba. Both super good. Anyway, I'm glad I finished this. Yay! Hello everyone, so it's Friday. Last night, as you saw, I finished Language of Thorns. So I claimed that I was also going to be able to finish today, tonight, tomorrow. I've had some real struggles with that title. But I'm here to tell you that I should be finishing my other book, but I have to work today, so I'll probably listen to Cheetah Gold while I do some work. But also, I just really kind of want to start The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. Like, I know I'm not going to finish this, but this is how, like, my reading sucks because I'm always, like, halfway through a book and I'm like, what if I start a brand new book? It's like writing when you're halfway through a story and you're like, you dump it for another new, shiny story idea. So that might be what I'll do because I'm kind of in the mood. Kind of in the mood. So we'll see, I guess. I have 3 days, including today. It's already like 10 today, but it's fine, right? So I made a mistake because I forgot that, I didn't forget about it because I went, but my friend had her bachelorette party yesterday, and I forgot that that was like going to take up my whole day, and then I wasn't going to be able to read anything, and it's like 1:30 on Sunday, so, and I need to finish editing this vlog, so I read nothing yesterday, so that's fun, but you know what? It's okay because I have like 140 pages left in this or something like that. That's completely doable. I'm about to sit down and read this and finish it. I'm not enjoying it quite as much as I was at the beginning, but I'm still enjoying it and it's a quick read. So that'll be fine. I'm going to finish that. And that's kind of what my goal was, to read those 3 books. So that'll be fine. I did start with Shadows. I'm 22 pages in, but this is not going to get any more read, so sorry. It's okay. I'll finish this and I'll tell you my thoughts. Hello everyone, I did it. I finished today, tomorrow. I can't say this title. I'm so sorry. I finished Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel and Solomon. I think I'm going to give it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'll probably round it up because the 4-star rating is my bae, but I don't know. I have a lot of interesting thoughts on this. First of all, I do stand by what I said earlier. I really related to Rowan on a lot of levels, on like the romance novel level, the writer level. I really related to her. She's very optimistic and like dreamy, if that makes any sense. Like she has this idea of what she wants her life to be and what she wants a relationship in her life to be. That's very similar to my own. I have a very idealized idea of my life, and it works out for her, so maybe it can work out for me. So I enjoyed all of that a lot. I felt very seen in that way. I really liked that aspect of the book, and I really liked Rowan and Neil's banter. But like, it's supposed to be an enemies to lovers thing, and it is, but not really. I don't know if I like exactly the way that their relationship played out, just because the beginning of the book is my favorite part, because they're very playful towards each other. It's not like they're even antagonistic. They are, but it's not, none of it is mean-spirited. It's all playful, and I wish we had more of that before it got to like straight romance. You know what I mean? Like, I wish they were like they did tease each other the whole book, but I don't know, their relationship just really changed, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like, what's a good example? Let me think on this for a second. Okay, this might be a weird example, but stay with me. So in the Fallen Kingdoms series, Magnus and Cleo have a very much enemies to lovers romance. But when they're together, they're still very like sassy and snarky towards each other. They kind of have like this like fun energy, and I feel like that was lost a little bit in Rowan and Neil's relationship. I just wanted more of that fun antagonistic energy that's at the beginning of the book, because it kind of goes away. Like, the dialogue's still fun, but the teasing like isn't as strong. It's like their chemistry got worse as the book went on. Like, it was top tier at the beginning, and then by the end I was like, I'm not really feeling it as much anymore. So that is what it is. Rowan kind of annoyed me sometimes. again, I did relate to her a lot, but sometimes she would just be a little preachy, if that makes any sense. Like, I'd be like, girl, I get it. Like, there was this one section where Neil says, like, one thing, and she, like, pops off on him, and she was saying all this stuff I agreed with, but I was like, he wasn't even doing it or saying anything to, like, make you go on this spiel. I know this is vague, but she just occasionally was a little preachy when there was no need to be preachy. You know what I mean? And she occasionally just went on and on about some stuff. But again, I know I already said this, but I think the parts of myself I saw in her or what gives the book the rating I'm giving it, because it's very important to me. And there were a couple parts I like underlined and really liked. Oh, maybe I'll put it down to a 3 because this is another thing I was kind of upset about. So listen, I understand that this book is YA, but they drop the F-bomb in this book a million times. Like, and they talk about sex all the time. Like, this could have been new adult, and I think it should have been, because Rowan loves romance novels, and she talks about it the whole book, and her and Neil have sex at the end, but, like, it was YA sex and not, like, I feel like it should have been more romance novel. You know what I mean? I feel like the payoff wasn't there for what the book was building up to. Like, I understand it's a YA book, but then it would play with all these, like, new adult themes, and then it just didn't go there with some of them. So that was kind of annoying as well, because I was like, all right, if you're going to talk about romance novels for 360 pages, like, at least act like we're in a romance novel, you know? So that was a bit annoying. But again, I enjoyed a lot of aspects of this book, so I think it's going to be 3.5 out of 5. All right, and now let me grab... Oh, I put all these away. Let me grab the other books I read, and I can wrap this up really quick. I'm on the floor. It's fine. So, first book I read was a poetry collection. It was Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vuong. I gave this 4 to 5 stars because that's the only rating I ever give. I really liked this. I never read poetry, so this was a good time. Then I read Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, which I also gave 4 to 5 stars. I think I like this the best, though, out of the 3 books I read. This slapped, man. It hit. It was really good. And then I read Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, say it slowly. And this was probably my least favorite. Like, I've read lots of other better YA contemporaries, but there was still a lot of merit from this. Like, I'm really glad that I read it. So 3.5 out of 4 stars. And then I read a grand total of 22 pages of The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks. So, oops. I knew this wasn't going to happen, so it's okay. So yeah, those are the books I read. I had a great week. Now it's time to edit this video and post it probably not before midnight. That's not going to happen, but hopefully before I go to sleep. So, cool. All right. Bye.